By 1:30 in the afternoon, I was at Bethesda Hospital, and this is my conversation with Child and Family Services Eastman, Steinbach, Kayla Penner. She forced me to get a mental health assessment at Bethesda Hospital. She said she will review it as soon as it's completed. The doctors gave me a return to work write-up, and I demanded a supervisor. Please advise when you've arrived. I got to the hospital, waited hours and hours. My kids got out. Crystal took my kids and ran. Thank you for confirming you've attended. If you get the reports today, can I get the kids? Or will you abuse your power? First thing you did was take away my rights. This is all about making videos. At this point, it's unlikely she says she'll receive the documentation by the end of the day, and she doesn't. It's quite late. I'm prioritizing your file. I claim she's denied my parental rights. The hospital cleared me. The hospital sent her this message themselves, and I sent her the message. Now she actually says, I'm working to obtain your full assessment from the ER nurse. I'll be in touch as soon as I have that. And I am able to review. So she already knew that she was not giving me my children, even if the doctor cleared me of a mental health assessment. That mental health assessment was on the 23rd. On the 28th of March, they forced me to go to Eden Mental Health Center for 21 days as an involuntary patient. I will be requesting the full assessment and getting back to you when I received it. If you are found mentally safe by a doctor, they don't actually have a legal right to it. So what she did was basically tell me if she doesn't have the right to it, she's not going to take the next step until she gets it. And then she won't tell me. She basically ignores me. I went over every part of the CFS Act I can think of. And if I was mentally unwell, they could subpoena them, or they wouldn't even have to subpoena them. The doctor would actually be required to give up his assessment or her assessment. And I run over the Act 1B 13. She had the doctor's note. But they like to say the act. My ex-wife was hooked on methamphetamines at the time. Your children, this is 24th, the day after they already took them, are under apprehension. Your documents and legal documents will be served regarding this apprehension, despite the fact that I went for the mental health assessment and they cleared me. If you attempt to see your children prior to a visit being arranged by myself or someone else at the agency, a call to the RCMP will happen again. And when I went to the school to say what kind of help and what kind of workers are working with my children, they called... I specifically asked and sat in the office and waited like over a half hour to speak to somebody in charge, and they called the police eventually. A worker walked in and called the police on me. How long do you guys know what you're doing? This is basically the third day. You attempted to bully and abuse parent the whole time you spoke to me. Crystal took off with as much personal papers she could get her hands on. And I don't know what else she kept. And yes, Crystal did hit my kids. One day she hit Ketis in the leg, which banged off the table and cut his leg. And I forgave her. She blamed him. I was assaulted by a 4-year-old.